Welcome to the top 10 most pulled comic books for February 12th, 2025. Guys, I'm Mike Spider Slayer. Welcome back to Comic Book Corner 2.0. If you love daily comic book content, you like me helping you make decisions on what comic books to buy, and you've been watching for a while and you haven't hit that subscribe button, guys, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit it now. Yes, this is a video series where each and every week I go onto the website called leagueofcomicgeeks.com. It's a great site to let you know what's coming out each and every week, and if you want to create a pull list for yourself, you can do that. So this gives you data on what people are putting on their pull list. It's not definitive sales, but this is just a fun video to see what people are getting excited about. So with that being said, let's get started with this week's episode. Just like every week, we always start off the week with 5 books that are on the outside looking in, trying to claw their way into that top 10. And our first book is Sidekick. This is issue 4. It's a 32-page comic for the price of $4. This book has 3,587 pulls. Not too bad for a number 15 book, I would say. This book is written by Alyssa Wong, and the art is done by Moises Hidalgo. Yeah. Anyway, the artwork is gorgeous in the book. The story's not half bad either. And we got this guy that's been kind of, being a creeper over Sidekick for quite some time, and he wants to meet her. And he's like practically dead, and he keeps animals all petrified and just weird stuff like that. But it's a little bit of a weird story, but it's not a bad story either. It started off in one direction and it's gone in another. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Our second book that's on the outside looking in, I wish would get more pulls, but this is Geiger. This is issue 11. It's a $4 comic book. This book does have 3,792 pulls. It's written by Jeff Johns, and the art is phenomenally done by Gary Frank. This is a must-read comic. This is absolutely awesome. And this time around, it looks like a Geiger, or I should say Tyreek, and his cast of crew here have come across another town, and it looks like they come across a person that almost looks just like him, but is a female, and Tyreek is losing control of his abilities. So can they fix that? I don't know. Great story with a lot of heart. Like I said, you should be reading Geiger. Go out and buy a trade or two. I think you'll love it. Our third book that's on the outside looking in is a book that I decided to pass on right from the start because I was reading so much Batman. This is Batman Dark Patterns. This is issue 3. 32 pages for the price of $5. This book does have 3,865 pulls, written by Dan Waters, and the art is done by Hayden Sherman. I think this is a story that takes place in the earlier days of Batman's career. It's titled Case 1, We Are Wounded. This is part 3. So yeah, there's this guy called the Wounds Man in here, and he's a grotesque reign of terror that it rains down on Batman's parade. So whatever this is about, hopefully you guys are enjoying it. Like I said, it's the third book that's on the outside looking in. The fourth book that's on the outside looking in goes to Moon Knight, Fist of Khonshu. This is issue 5, legacy numbering 245, 32 pages, $4. And this book has 4,285 pulls. It's written by Jed MacKay, and the art is done by Dev Praramek. The story here is really good, as we have Moon Knight, which looks like he's about ready to do battle against this guy by the name of Achilles Fairchild, who is a drug pusher, and this drug is very addictive, and if you actually don't continue to take this drug, you will physically die. And he's been kind of pushing into Moon Knight's turf. And looks like now they're going to go at a final boxing match with each other to see who reigns supreme, who takes the turf, right? Definitely looking forward to this book. I think Jed MacKay rates a great Moon Knight title, and probably his best title besides Black Cat. I'm really surprised this book is just outside the top 10. And this goes to Deadpool. This is issue 11. This book is 32 pages for the price of $4. This book has 4,381 pulls. Pull count's not too bad for a number 11 book, but I wish it was higher. This book is written by Cody Ziegler, which I think is his best title to date. The art is done by Andrea DeVito, which the artwork is really good in this book also. And in this book, it looks like that Deadpool is going to have to take out Miles Morales' Spider-Man. It's a particular job that he has to do, and he's doing it with his daughter Ellie here, and whether she agrees or disagrees, it's still yet to be determined, but I'm anxiously awaiting this. It has a great family dynamic to it, and the humor is good, so I will definitely recommend Deadpool all day. Now entering the top 10, and number 10 goes to Magic issue 2. Seems like a lot of you guys enjoyed the first issue of it. I liked it myself. This one is 32 pages for the price of $4. This book has 4,400 pulls attached to it. This one is written by Ashley Allen, and the art is done by Jermaine Peralta. It was a great book about magic going against this demonic entity is captured by these like seals, and if these seals are broken, these demons are going to escape, and she's teaming up with this young boy as well that seems to have magic in his DNA that can help her. Seemed like a very interesting story, and it got right to the point. It didn't mess around. Artwork was solid in it, so yeah, looking forward to the second issue. What do you guys think? Coming in at number 9, and I guarantee you it's probably one of the cheapest comic books this week, and it goes to Spawn issue 361. This is a 24-page comic for the price of $3. This book does have 4,717 pulls, written by Roy McConneville, and the art is done by Brett Booth. The artwork is absolutely amazing in this comic book. You will spend a whole 20 minutes just looking at the artwork because it's that gorgeous in here. And the story now looks like that these dead zones have, like, I think they've closed now a little bit to where our Spawn characters can actually regain their, they can stay alive when they get injured. They regenerate, they heal, and it looks like Al Simmons, if I can remember right, is going to be going against Blood, which is the head of the vampires. He's showing his true form. Spawn's a fun read, man. Visually, it's absolutely amazing, and I will always recommend it. And I think out of all the Spawn titles I read, there's two. There's Spawn, Gunslinger, and I would say The Deadly Tales of Gunslinger is another one, but check out Spawn. This book still seems to hang around, man. Number 8 goes to the Immortal Thor. This is issue 20, legacy numbering 781, 32 pages, $5. This book has 5,260 pulls. It's not like, blowing up, but it's still there. It's written by Al Ewing, and the art is done by Jan Bazaldua. Bazaldua. Yeah. Anyway, when it comes to Immortal Thor, it's the return of Tyrannos, the elder god of the storm. So I think this was the god that was introduced in those first couple issues that actually made me drop this series. I was like, I don't care about this god. I don't care about this title. This was one of those books that did not interest me because when Donny Cates was writing this series, I loved it. And then when he fell off of it due to his accident or his personal situations, I fell off of it, and then I started this, and it's just not even the same book. That's my personal opinion. If you like it, that's absolutely awesome. Coming in at number 7, and you would think back in the day, like Major Events would be probably their most pulled, but not this time around. We got One World Under Doom. This is issue 1. It's a 40-page comic for the price of $6. This book does have 5,539 pulls. It's done by Ryan North, R.B. Sylvia. Ryan North currently does the Fantastic Four book. And a lot would say that we've had so many events, which is true. And I'm going to be optimistic about this. We had Blood Hunt last year, and a lot of people would say, well, that event accomplished absolutely nothing. I think that event was the appetizer to set this event actually up. Because when you look at certain things, what you got out of Blood Hunt was Dr. Doom became the Sorcerer Supreme. And now 6 months has passed, and now he's going to strike. And he's going to control the entire Marvel Universe. What will happen? I guess we shall find out very soon. And let's keep our fingers crossed that this will be a solid event. Coming in at number 6. Seems to be a little bit of a popular one, and this one goes to Batman and Robin. This is issue 18, 32 pages for the price of $5. This book does have 5,900 pulls, written by Philip Kennedy Johnson. The art is done by Carmen D. G. DeMonico. That's right. The art is very unique in this comic book. I've only read a few issues, and I only read one issue since I jumped back on board. A little bit tough for me to understand what's going on. You got this Memento character who's causing all kinds of craziness in Gotham. There's a hospital that's erupting in flames. There's Damian's little girlfriend that was recovering in the hospital as well. But this Memento character seems like quite the adversary for our dynamic duo here. So interesting to see how this book continues. I want to know your thoughts on Batman and Robin. Here we go, the suspenseful part of the countdown. We have entered the top 5, and number 5 goes to Action Comics, issue 1083, 32 pages for the price of $5. This book does have 8,777 pulls. The writer here is John Ridley, and the art is done by Anaka Miranda. When it comes to this comic book, I haven't read Action in a while. Ever since it went to that weekly format, I fell off of it, and I decided to stay off for a while now. And will I jump back on? I don't know. Maybe if people say, oh, Action Comics is like the best thing ever, I might jump back on. But for right now, I'm going to stay away. I want to know if you guys are reading all of the Superman comics at the moment. Just outside the top 3, and number 4 comes to Transformers. This is issue 17. This one is 32 pages for the price of $4. This book has 8,843 pulls. It's been great seeing this book climb up the ranks and beat a mainstream comic like Action Comics, right? This book is written by Daniel Warren Johnson. The art is done by Jorge Corona. It shows you the power of some good writing, not only just the Transformers property. Am I right? So yeah, when it comes to this book, last issue we got to see Devastator, and we got to see Bruticus go out with each other, or not go out with each other, but go at it at each other. You got to see Optimus Prime struggling. We got to see a couple Autobots going after Ultra Magnus, cliff jumpers on Cybertron. So many different moving pieces going on right now, and I'm sure it's going to make for this epic finale that Daniel Warren Johnson is coming up with right before when he leaves the comic book. So definitely looking forward to this issue. It's not a month that doesn't go by that I do not look forward to Transformers. Coming in at number 3 goes to X-Men issue 11. A lot of you is still enjoying Jed McKay's run on X-Men. The legacy numbering here is 311. 32 pages, and the fucking lawn people are back again to make my life miserable. And I'm recording this video at a completely different time. I can't win. I can never freaking win when it comes to the lawn people in this neighborhood. But anyway, the pull count is 9,289 pulls. This book is written by, yes, Jed McKay, and the art is done by Nithio Diaz. Now, in this particular issue, it looks like there is some deadly alien race getting ready to target Earth, and they're making their target to the X-Men's home territory. What a coincidence, right? So we'll see what this little story arc has to offer, and I'm curious to hear what you guys think of Jed McKay's X-Men. Coming in at number 2 goes to The Amazing Spider-Man. This is issue 67, the continuation of the 8 Deaths of Spider-Man. Legacy numbering 961, 32 pages for the price of $5. This book has 11,296 pulls. The writer on this one is not Joe Kelly. It is done by Justina Ireland. And the artwork on this particular issue is, I can't even find it. I'm not even actually sure. Oh, Andrea Briccardo. So in this issue, it looks like you're going to get Juggernaut in here. And it looks like the X-Men are going to be here as well. Because obviously, Juggernaut is connected to this whole Scion Sidorak type of situation. So, listen, this is just the placeholder story until Joe Kelly gets his bearings on the ongoing series of Spider-Man. So, let's not be too critical of this one. Let's just get through it, and then we'll start being super critical on Joe Kelly's run. Alright, so after number 1, we're not done, as we do have Mike Spider Slayer's sleeper pick to talk about, because it could be a comic book that you never even knew that was coming out this week. That might pique your interest. And not my number 1, but the number 1 most pulled comic book of the week goes to Absolute Batman. Are you not surprised? This is issue 5, 32 pages, $5. This book has 17,957 pulls. Absolutely blows away the regular Spider-Man title. Written by Scott Snyder, and the art is done once again by Nick Dragotta, as he was only off that origin issue, right? So it looks like we're going to get back to the main story with the party animals and the Black Mask and everything else that surrounds the character. Definitely looking forward to it. And coming in at number 48 is a book that could be pretty good. It sounds a little interesting, right? I put this one on my FOC, and this is The Hive. This is issue 1. It's published by Image Comics. 32 pages for the price of $4. This book has 494 pulls. It's written by A.J. Lieberman, and the art is done by Mike Henderson. Mason Shaw is no one, a worker bee. All that changes when he crosses paths with a few stragglers trying to stay one step ahead of the queen with immense power, who is determined to control her hive no matter who she has to kill. Welcome to The Hive. I have no idea, dude. I have no idea, but I like the cover. This could be one of those books that surprise you, so that's why it's on my sleeper pick. And there you have it, webheads. There are the top 10 most pulled comics for February 12th, 2025. There are a lot of books coming out this week. It is a huge week. Lots of stuff coming out. I only showed you a portion of what's coming out, man. Let me tell you. But as always, guys, if you love the content, let me know by giving me a thumbs up and write in a comment down below. It's always much appreciated. There's more content right here for you to click on. Of course, guys, remember, support the local comic shops. Keep buying, keep collecting, but always remember, read your comics so we can have great comic conversation. Guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you real soon. Bye.